Mm-hmm.
In my class, I'm just having problems with my kids following directions. For example, in math, I can put the UPSC up on the board. We're going to go through it. It has different steps. Underline the question, they'll underline something else. Following directions. I'm just having issues with my kids following directions.
So do they know what to do, or do you expect them to do this, or what?
I mean, we went over it, as far as what to do. I mean, I made an anchor chart. I'm like, refer to the anchor chart.
And they still don't get it?
And some, not all of them. I mean, most of them get it, but I have several that I just constantly, over and over again, can't follow directions. I don't know if you have any kids that can't follow directions.
This is my first year teaching, and so I'm new to all this. So what I noticed in my class is that the following directions part, I do have the issue with them, because even with their questions, they're supposed to write why they chose the answers or why they didn't choose the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look over their papers or whatever, some of the kids are not doing that. And even if I mark it wrong, they still not doing it. And I'm also having another issue with engagement.
Okay.
And I have done like games with them.
Oh,
I let them create their own activities to kind of get more student engagement. I let them go into like A, B, C, D, make them stand up and go, here you choose A, B, C, D.
Okay.
I think it's called Four Corners or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's a wheel game I have. We use that, and they no engagement in that. Some students would participate, but you can still tell the kid is not really feeling what's going on.
They're just going over there to be going
and
to
some
the
kids
corner.
just sit and look at me as if I'm speaking another language.
Wow.
So at this point in time, I have no idea of what to do to get my kids engaged and to allow them to follow directions. Like, I don't know what to do. So what do you think I should do?
Have you ever heard a conversation like this, or been part of a conversation like this? Then you might want to invest in Eric Jensen's Engaging Students with Poverty in Mind. Practical strategies to raising achievement. He outlines 5 simple rules for increasing engagement in your classroom. Upgrade your attitude. Build relationships and respects with your children. Get buy-in. Embrace clarity. And show your passion. And not only does he give you these 5 simple rules to follow, he also gives you action steps at the end of each, classroom implementation and strategies you can use today.
Okay, so we're here today to discuss your observation.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a couple of things that I noticed in the classroom. You were up at the board giving directions on how to do UPS check. And it was a great presentation.
Thank you.
However, I noticed when I was walking around the classroom that several of the kids were not following the steps as you told them to do it.
Right.
Is that something that happens a lot in your classroom?
Yes, and I've been trying different things to help them understand and do it correctly. So
I can see that. Well, I have a book that I would like for you to look at. It's called Eric Jensen's Engaging Students with Poverty in Mind.
okay.
And this book mentions several strategies about engagement, but one of the sections that I want you to focus on is page 30 and 31.
Okay.
And on this section, it talks about the steps to follow when giving directions.
Okay.
So there are 6 things that you want to be thinking about when you're giving directions, such as to give a hook, to tell when they're going to start, have a trigger word, and the key thing is give directions 1 step at a time.
Oh, okay. That would be very helpful because I don't do that now.
Good. Would you like to keep this book?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to using it.
Okay, Mr. Patrick, we're here today to talk about your observation.
Am I in trouble?
No. We're here to talk about your observation. How do you think it went?
From what I saw, it didn't go too well.
Okay, why do you think that?
I know I had about 2 students that were asleep, and I had one that was drawing on the desk. So I saw that you went and approached your student. So I kind of figured it wasn't good.
Yeah, I did notice that while some of your students were engaged, others seems to not have the urgency to want to know the information. So what I've done is I've gotten for you a book by Eric Jensen. It's called Engaging Students with Poverty in Mind. It gives several engagement strategies, some of which you're already doing, such as 4 corners, okay, because I saw that in the classroom. But one of the ones that I want you to focus on is the idea of setting goals for your students.
Setting goals.
I think that if your students know where they are and where they need to be, it'll give them a reason to want to try harder. Okay? That's covered in this chapter.
Okay.
Would you like to take this book to look over?
I have to pay for it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Remember, Eric Jensen's Engaging Students with Poverty in Mind, a great resource for new teachers, Title I teachers, and a great comprehensive resource.